Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Turf Today podcast.
Oh, from the remote office.
Well, yeah, it's 9 o'clock in the morning here. I'm squeezing this in.
Squeezing it in a
I
vest.
got a guy called out. No, it's a sweater.
Oh, it's a swacket.
Yeah.
Nice.
Dude called out sick, and we have a lot of stuff to do. There's no water going into the irrigation pond. Everything's broken.
Not going into the pond.
Yep, it's not refilling it, so I don't have any water anywhere.
God damn.
Yeah, the pond's really, really, really low.
Is this a time of year where California needs water too?
No, it's not actually too bad. It decided to rain for like 20 minutes yesterday, which kind of helps.
Nice.
But yeah, if it doesn't rain harder sooner, which it's not supposed to the rest of the week, I've got maybe one more day of not being able to have water before shit really hits the fan.
No
And
snow in the forecast.
there's you've been here now. You have no excuse for stupid comments like that.
Well, hopefully you guys get that figured out sooner than later because it's
Well,
important. Need the water.
hopefully the city figures it out because there's nothing I can do. So
Crushing a tall boy, hey, 9 o'clock in the morning.
I wish. You know what I had that this last week that actually I texted you about, which was really funny. And you got your comment back to it, made the entire table just die. So I was at our little spring meeting for the company I work with, and this year we did the Olympics kind of theme. So like every table had your seating with because we've got a bunch of different courses. So we had all the GMs and all the superintendents from every course that we have out. And I ended up at the Mexico table. It was me and my GM, and then two sets of other ones of GMs and supers. And they had all kinds of other countries, so Canada, Australia, all this kind of stuff. And don't be so bored by my story.
I know where you're going with this. It was fucking funny.
Yeah. So I grab a Kit Kat, and it's a Canadian Kit Kat, and I texted you a photo of it because like my whole table was just making fun of it.
Just ripping it apart.
Just yeah, one of them it was one of my he's actually superintendent of the year at our company. He's an awesome dude. He's super fucking funny. He goes, "Oh man, it's a really polite Kit Kat." And that's what I texted you. I sent you a photo of it. And your comment took the cake. You go, "Make sure you ask its consent before taking the wrapper off." That was easily the funniest thing you've ever said.
Well, appreciate it.
God, that was so funny. And then I just said it tastes mapley, and then he didn't respond, so I figured you were probably offended.
Yeah. And well, actually, you threw me down a bit of a rabbit hole there because I couldn't really figure out what the flavor is in Kit Kat.
It's it's just chocolate and it's got a wafer in it. There's no
It's just
flavor.
wafer and
I'll tell
chocolate.
you the Canadian Kit Kat's better than the American one. You can definitely tell the difference in chocolate quality.
Hmm. So they were
Yeah.
able to get the actual Canadian one in.
Dude, they had snacks from Canada, they had snacks from Mexico, they had snacks from Korea, from Japan,
Oh,
from Australia.
nice.
It was pretty fitted. It was pretty cool in that sense. That made it kind of fun. And then our table, we won everything. We won the golf.
Naturally.
We won the main question thing. Actually, our golf team was pretty good because my GM, he's a disgusting Callaway guy, but he's a
Mm.
decent stick.
And a nice guy, right?
And then yeah, he is. We have a good time talking a shit ton of shit to each
Oh
other.
yeah. No, I know. You guys
Um,
go back and forth.
yeah, a lot, and it's funny. And then the other two, one of them's like a really good player. The other one hit like a bunch of clutch shots. I mean, as a scramble team, we what do they say? Line them up, fill 'em in.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
It was a good one.
Another good day for you on the course.
I outdrove everyone with persimmon wood all day,
See, I was gonna ask you about that too. Did you bring any wooden golf clubs with you?
all of them.
Yeah. Should fill the folks in
Uh,
on what you've been doing on the side here a little bit.
the medals are no longer in the bag.
Wow.
I've been redoing and refurbishing persimmon and laminate woods, and it's been super fun. And
Doing a hell of
uh,
a job too. These things
it act-
look really good.
sold a bunch of them already too. Playing in a tournament that's called, what do they call it? Lumber and Steel Invitational
Oh, cool.
in a couple of weeks. Persimmon woods only, blades only, and then no mallet putters either. So like
Oh,
no modern equipment. I mean, my blades, I guess, are technically modern, but they're still blades.
yeah.
So that's gonna be fun.
But yeah, no, you've been doing a good job with that. I love the Larson logo that you came up with and the
Yeah.
stamp that you've been using on the clubs. Like,
So those are all individually stamped letters, so that makes it a more fun.
hmm
And then yeah, the Larson logo came out of nowhere. I was really frustrated trying to find a good one. And then I found it. It's a font, but I altered it a little bit. And yeah, I think it came out really good. It looks really good on that sweatshirt. And
hmm
just in general, I've gotten a lot of positive feedback on that. We're
Oh yeah.
gonna be at Beer Gusta at Dogleg Brewing Company and during the Masters with a little booth.
Nice. Hand out some
Um,
stickers.
yeah, I got stickers coming. I'm gonna do a couple of special clubs for it.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, show off some of the woods there. Good
yeah,
idea.
and then LA Golf Club's supposed to be part of this thing too, which is really cool. Um, a couple other ones. So Beer Gusta's been fun. I've been to every single one that they've had at the brewery, and they do a peach pilsner, and they call it the Tradition.
Right.
It's for oh God, it's so good. And then usually whatever food truck comes up, some variation of pimento cheese. One year there was like a pimento cheeseburger. It was insane.
Master
Yeah,
style.
yeah, and
Nice.
it's all Masters themed, and never really, they bring out the big screens and put them outside, and we have a whole big seating area. And then instead of the simulator being on, they have like the Masters on the simulator screen, and
Yes.
yeah,
Yes. That's the way
it,
to do it.
it's killer. I'm bummed we didn't get a chance to go out there when you guys were here, but
Yeah, I know. We didn't spend enough time in Cali to be able to do that, but next time.
that is true. I can see an Eagles hat in your shelf there.
hmm Yeah, it sits on the top shelf, right in the middle.
Well, there's four hats, so there is no middle, but
Okay.
it's true.
Good
I think
point.
slightly
Okay.
to the right.
Yeah, good point. So you excited for the interview today?
Yeah, it should be pretty neat.
Yeah, yeah, I'd say one of our bigger ones for sure. People are excited. We leaked it last week, so
At the same time, too, she's not like an outgoing celebrity. She's, a very, 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 very prominent person in our industry and obviously is a rock star at it. But like with Paul Larson, I didn't say he like swooned for the spotlight, but like, he
mhm.
was noticed and he stayed noticed.
Yeah.
This was more of a highlight of it's like, look at her work. And to say it's safe, I mean, she's a woman in a male dominated industry operating at a massively high level. So obviously that puts more of a spotlight on it, which is amazing. And then she's been able to host some of these monster tournaments, such as the most recent Ryder Cup, like
Yeah.
crushing it. And so like
Amazing.
that's really cool. And I hope I said that in a way that it was meant to be. I'm sure you guys understand. But
Yeah, no,
you
definitely.
know,
And so we leaked it last week, but that's Laura Arias coming on from the Marco Simone golf course in Italy. It got warm here for like a week. Everybody's going outside with shorts and having fun, running around, and then it snowed again. The old
Canada.
fall spring. Yeah, Canada. People started taking their snow tires off and then went, wait, shit.
It's been really cold here in the morning and then really, really nice in the afternoon. We had like a lot more rain, not more in total, but
hmm
more in like scattered showers than usual. So that's been odd. I know a lot of folks down here have been dealing with soupy courses and not being able to mow or not being able to spray stuff. And um, that's been a pain in the ass. And then, yeah, it's been pretty chilly. Not no frost delay in the morning, but like it's been cold. Like I couldn't feel my toes until about 30 minutes ago.
Oh, geez.
Um,
California.
Granted, I wore really thin socks and just like my rubber boots. About halfway through mowing, though, I took them off, like one off at a time, and put them up on the exhaust pipe to heat up the boots, and then put them back on, and that was magical.
Nicely done. Some
Yeah,
veteran play right there.
yeah, that's a
Yeah.
total vet move for all you
Just
rooks
can't
out
leave it
there.
on too long though.
Yeah, you got to hold it away from it so that it can breathe out, and then yeah, you don't want to melt your boot. I've definitely done that before, though.
Nice.
Yeah, definitely
Just
melted
coming
a
out the other
boot.
end.
Yeah, like a shoelace falls off. Like, fuck. I still have those reef boots though, the ones that I endorsed a while ago.
Yeah, they're still going.
Dude, they're amazing. They're
Wow,
hands down the best. I'm pretty sure they called it the Scallywag. Check those out at Reef.
that's crazy. Because no
Get a
matter
pair.
what boots you get, eventually they're falling apart, right?
These haven't fallen apart at all. And like I noticed yesterday, I got home, I left them on. I usually try and take them off and put them on the dryer just so they could, be nice and cozy in the morning. But I wore them home and then I started working on clubs. And then by like 5 o'clock, I was like, all right, I'm gonna like sit down finally. And I was still wearing them and my feet didn't hurt at all.
Wow,
Yeah, they're the best. They're unreal.
wow.
Yeah, just need to wear thicker socks tomorrow.
But they
But
don't
then
have the toe protection, right? They
yeah,
don't have the safety
there's
toe.
no steel toe. No steel toe.
That's the only downside.
Just don't drop shit on your feet.
Yeah.
It's aerification season. Are you ready? The Genesis RX line of products represents the most comprehensive fertilizers the Andersons has ever assembled, combining dispersing granule components like Contact DG and Humic DG with minor elements, microbials, zeolite, and more. These homogeneous blends are designed to reduce the complexity of aerification fertility and accelerate turfgrass recovery. Learn more at andersonspro.com/Genesis.
Hello, how are you?
How's it going?
All good, and yourself?
Not too
Not
bad,
too
thanks.
shabby. I'm the only one here still at work. So
Yeah.
All right. Hey, thank you so much for the opportunity, seriously.
Yeah, well, thanks a lot for joining us today and making the time for it. We appreciate it.
I am at home next week. I will be back to work. I will start to travel next week, but right now I am at home with my baby girl.
Oh, that's so sweet.
right on.
Well, Trevor's in California and I'm in Canada. And then where are you joining us from today?
Spain, Seville, Spain. Really nice place.
Okay, beautiful. What's the weather like over there right now?
25 degrees. So yes,
Ooh.
perfect weather outside.
Yeah, what would that be in Fahrenheit, Trev?
Sounds nice. I don't know.
In Fahrenheit, I mean,
Let's
It's
see.
nice.
really good weather to
It's
be
got to be like
outside.
76, I bet. Maybe
Yeah.
80.
Well, we like to go back usually and ask people about growing up and how they kind of came into the industry. So you actually grew up in Spain, so tell us about that.
All right. So, well, I grew up in Spain, and on north of Spain is a small village with my family, with animals outdoor. But the funny thing is that we don't have golf courses over there. We all we have is just agricultural environment. And but one day I was speaking with a pro about the industry, about the golf courses, and he started to speak about greenkeeping. And for me, it was like, what? Greenkeeping? Golf courses? I never been on a golf course because for me it was we didn't have a golf course in Zamora, so all I saw was agricultural environment. That's all. I think it was amazing, no? That one day he was speaking about that, and I started to looking for some information about it.
Wow, that's what an origin story to coming into golf from not even knowing it or seeing it and then being on the level that you are now. That's really, really neat.
That is incredible.
Yeah, no, it's incredible because I was just trying to find my career. I was trying to find a place for myself to work every day, And I didn't expect it, but it's true that since the first day when I started to work on a golf course, I fell in love with greenkeeping, and I try to give the best to the industry, and I try to work as much as possible because I really like it. I mean, and everyone say that I have a lot of passion for the business, for the industry, and it's true.
Nice.
So where was in proximity to where you grew up with no golf courses, where was the first course that you started at?
I started in Malaga because the tour program that I did is in south of Spain, in Malaga. So at the same time that we are having lessons about turfgrass, about cool season grasses, worst season grasses, disease. At the same time, we must do the internship, no? So we must work 40 hours on the golf course, and the first golf course where I did my internship was at Guadalhorce. So I spent 6 months over there. That was my first internship. Later on, I went to Finca Cortesin, Solheim Cup 2023, and where I did my second internship.
Wow, that's busy. I know you sent us over a list of all the tournaments and stuff that you volunteered at, and it's definitely quite the list. I just wanted to ask you about going to school because you took a turf program in Spain that you talked about, but then you also took the Ohio State program. Can you talk a little bit about taking that?
Yeah, absolutely. So once I did the first tour program in Spain, the first internship in Spain, I was thinking, okay, now if I want to grow up from the industry, I need to go outside. I need to have a different experience with grasses, different tournament experience, but also because I think it's very important to go outside from our country. If it's United States, Canada, Australia, uh, United Kingdom, doesn't matter. For me, the most important is to go out to see how other people work, to have different experience. And I think it's gonna be something very special on your professional career and also on your personal life. No, for me was amazing to spend 18 months in United States working on 3 different golf courses, but at the same time uh, living in America. I mean, for me, when I was very young, was a dream to go to United States, and I spent 18 months living there, working but living there, having like an American life.
That's cool. Did you have any funny stories from living in the States? Any fun memories?
There's got to be something, especially Ohio.
Yeah, so in Ohio, I spent just one day when just the first day we go to Ohio, and later on we go to the golf course where we are going to do the internship. But it's true that I was sharing the apartment with a guy from UK and another girl from Ireland, and I don't drink a lot. I mean, not alcohol for me.
UK people do.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
they do,
yeah.
absolutely, absolutely they do. So, well, one night we went out and we were having a drink, and I remember that the day after I was hungover, but was the first hangover for myself. So I woke up and I say to the lady, "Ah, I think I'm sick," and she said to me, "Okay, here you have a bottle of water. It's Hanover. Don't worry about it." It's like, okay. So was my first Hanover. I think we work a lot, but it's true that, well, when we have a weekend off, I mean, we can go outside, we can go for a party, have fun, and we can do that, no? So was my first Hanover over there.
Nice.
America, come for the hangover.
Yeah. Work hard, party hard.
What courses did you work at in the States?
So the first one was Robert St. John's in Gainesville,
Hmm.
Virginia. I am looking forward to come back to Robert St. John's in September because they are going to host the Solheim Cup. So I will be there, and wow, was amazing. No? As a first experience was amazing because it's a golf course where the golf course superintendent, the assistant, they are from United States, but the team is from Mexico. So I didn't speak English and at the beginning, and later on I learned English. But for me, it was good because I was working every day speaking English and Spanish at the same time as the team is from Mexico. I remember that we worked it a lot, but for me it was a great summer time over there. I mean, it's very hard the weather over there because it's very hot, humidity, we work many hours, cool season grasses. Um, but yeah, I really enjoyed my first experience over there. The second one was TPC Scoresdale. So basically from the overseeding to the West Manayong Phoenix Open, and it's just unbelievable, no? For number 16, the
Hmm.
stadium, well, I mean, it's totally different, no, from golf. What we know about golf, the West Manayong Phoenix Open is totally different. We saw that this year,
Crazy.
how
A little
crazy,
wild.
how crazy. And yeah, so this was my second experience. So golf course with warm season grasses, overseeded. And the last one, I was looking for an experience with warm season grasses, but also on greens, because it's true that at TPC Scoresdale, yes, it's warm season grasses, but I work it during winter time, so was the overseeded. So I moved it from Arizona to North Carolina to Charlotte to work at Wild Hollow to prepare the PGA Championship. And
Yeah.
Wow.
wow, what a place to work! Amazing, just amazing.
There must have been a big staff for that tournament.
Yeah. No, it was a good experience, no? And always I say that, I mean, you go to United States and you can choose, okay, I want to work with cool season grasses, warm season grasses, a PGA Tour tournament or a PGA Championship tournament. You have a huge experience over there.
Well, obviously, you're doing a lot right now and being a course manager or superintendent, but how did you get to that role? Were you an assistant superintendent somewhere before that?
Yes. Yeah. And also, I mean, when I was working in Spain, well, so I did my internship in United States, and
Hmm.
when it's very difficult for us after United States, you come back to Europe, it's like, okay, I am back to the reality, no?
Hmm.
Because, for example, if we speak about chemicals, totally different. In United States, you have many chemicals. In Europe, we don't have it. In United States, the teams, the crews are a huge team, no?
Hmm.
Like 30 greenkeepers. And in Europe, the team are smaller. So it's very frustrated for us when we come back to Europe at the beginning. Um,
It's a big change.
we yes, I was very motivated to find a job, but I didn't find it at the beginning, so it's just a little bit frustrated. Later on, was easier, but yeah, the first month was a little bit frustrated and probably disappointed, no? Because I mean, I was thinking, okay, I did my internship in United States. I have great experience over there. Now I want everything. I want the best golf course to work over there, no? But no. So I worked it as a engineer in with a company, with a consultant company. Um, they were doing the renovation at Valderrama. Valderrama was doing the Green Complex renovation. So I worked there for a few months during the renovation with the consultant company who was taking care of the renovation. And also, I have experience on a soft farm nursery
Hmm.
as a as a as a technician taking care of the soft farm from the seeding to the harvest process with cool season grasses. So the funny thing is that I have different experience on golf tournaments, construction, also soft farm, but always I wanted to be on a golf course because I really like to work on a golf course. But all this experience helped me a lot on my career.
Yeah, most definitely being able to do everything. 'Cause as superintendents, we're just Swiss Army knives, right? We're in the ground, we're above the ground, we're in the middle of it, and being able to have the different experiences, especially like in the construction side, it's having to run a crew, having to, have a timeline that has to be met, and we kind of have to do that same kind of thing here. And so I'm sure that makes it way easier on this side, which you do a lot of high-end tournaments. So timeline experience comes into play because you guys have to have things perfect by this time, and there's no room for
Mhm.
error. So coming back and forth, States to Europe, what's been the biggest challenge other than trying to communicate? Obviously, your English is really good now, but I'm sure it's kind of a challenge at the beginning. But like map wise and things like that, coming from Europe to the States and the States back to Europe, what's been the biggest problem or challenge there?
The challenge, well, the most important challenge of my career, Marco Simone for sure, because at the end the golf course was under full renovation in 2020 with a global pandemic.
Yep.
So that was the biggest challenge.
That's a big one.
I mean, the golf course was closed under full renovation with a Ryder Cup in 2 years. Because at the beginning, if you remember, the Ryder Cup should be in 2022, no
Oh,
2023.
right. It got pushed.
Yes,
Yep.
because COVID. And yeah, that was a huge challenge because we started from zero. The golf course, the maintenance compound, and the team from
Wow.
zero.
That's wild.
Now I have photos, videos from the beginning of the challenge, and it's amazing, no? But it's true that we were very motivated from the beginning. We have the previous experience of Ryder Cup 2018 at Legon Nacional, and we knew what means Ryder Cup. But it's true that the challenge was to make the golf course playable.
Hmm.
Every day you are thinking, okay, I want to make sure that this golf course is going to be on the best shape during the Ryder Cup. But the first thing, I must open the golf course. I must do the growing. I must open the golf course. We must host the Italian Open 3 times, and later on, the final step is gonna be to set up the golf course for the Ryder Cup. But first, the growing, and was not easy. We didn't have too much time to make it, and at the end we were working with cool season grasses and warm season grasses. So you have different windows, and for example, for the warm season grasses, the window is very very short, so we cannot make mistakes. For example, if you are seeding a warm season grasses and the window is very small, if there is a huge storm, we can have problems. We can lose a fairway. We can have erosion problems. And it's true that we've been very lucky during the summer 2020 because the growing was perfect. We didn't have any storms, but we've been very very lucky, and we worked very hard 2020 and 2021 to prepare the golf course for the tournaments.
How much help would you have had for that kind of thing? Obviously, the Ryder Cup, you bring in a lot more volunteers, and for the tournaments, you bring in volunteers. But for your actual staff, what was that like?
It was very small team. When we arrived, we have only 10 greenkeepers,
Wow.
and they didn't
Jeez.
have a good training. So the golf course was totally closed, and the staff was not ready to do a growing. So we bring new people. We spoke with the property, and the property understood that we need more people, more resources like fertilizer, and yes, the golf course supported us, and also we have DP World Tour, Ryder Cup behind us, everyone working together to make it possible, no? But the
Wow.
Yeah.
beginning was very, very, very difficult, eh? Because
Hmm.
at the beginning, for example, with the team, I mean, mm, they have a contract of 40 hours per week, and they were working in the morning. And for example, the construction company was working in the morning. Okay, and today we are going to have a track of Paspalon sod or rescue sod, and we are going to lay the sod. And people didn't stay. My
Mm,
team at the beginning didn't stay to irrigate the sod in the afternoon. So
right.
basically,
Who was doing it?
I did a lot of hand watering in the evening
Hmm.
because we didn't have a team. At the beginning, I was alone with Alejandro and with Victor, my assistant, but we didn't have a team. Later
Wow.
on, we started to build a team. We started to organize the team on a different way. Like, okay, we are going to have half of the team in the morning, half of the team in the evening. The
Hmm.
golf course is closed. We are on growing. Uh, the first week was a disaster. Like, okay, what we are going to do? We have a team, but they are working in the morning. We are alone in the evening. The irrigation, hand watering, everything was a lot of work. But because we started from zero, and now, I mean, they are very proud of all the work that we did.
Hmm.
I am very proud of all the work that we did. But it's true that the first month, the first summer, was very stressful. I mean,
Yeah, that would have been tough not having any extra help like that because of no staff. But it can also be a blessing too because then you have the opportunity to train everybody and set everything up the way you want it, and then you move forward. And now look at where everything's come. So
mm,
although it was a lot of hard work, it definitely led them in the right direction.
yeah, the good thing is that Victor and Alejandro were there with me, so we started with the training. The first thing was like, okay, we are busy because every week we have a new hall seeded. So that means that as soon the company seeded the hall, we must take care of that hall, we must take care of the
Right.
growing. But if the team they don't have the right training, it's gonna be a disaster. So
Hmm.
we need to spend time with the team and also on the golf course. So was a hard summer.
That'd be busy. So then leading
Hmm.
up to Ryder Cup, the one thing we heard was that there was a lot of different volunteers from a lot of different countries. So what was that like, working with a lot of different volunteers that speak different languages that are from different places?
Yeah, well, so half of the volunteers, we have 100 volunteers, okay,
100
and
volunteers.
100 volunteers, and half of the volunteers they already knew the golf course because as we hosted the Italian Open 3 times,
Hmm.
um, the volunteers who came to the Italian Open, they have straight access to the Ryder Cup, no,
Oh, that's
for
smart.
for two for two reasons. The first one, they deserve it because
Hmm.
they came before to help us to set up the golf course for the Italian Open, and the second reason was because for me it's much easier to organize a Ryder Cup with 50 volunteers who already knows the golf course
Hmm.
and they already know the way we work. It's not like, okay, it's Ryder Cup week and now we have 100 volunteers. They don't know the golf course. No, half of the volunteers, they already know the golf course. They know where to go. They know the way we work. So make my life easier, no? And the other half, the selection process, we divided by three. The DP World Tour, the Italian Federation, and Marco Simone. So that's why you see many people from different countries, and it's something that I love it because at the
Hmm.
end on the team we have people who speak English, French, Spanish, Italian. So no problem with the language; it's fine, totally fine. And then we are going to create a multicultural team, and it's just amazing.
You imagine being in that tent at the end of that, and a few drinks start rolling, and all these different languages start mixing into this one loud party. Oh my goodness,
Yeah,
that would be
I mean,
insane.
sometimes I was speaking in English and it's like, oh, no, no, sorry, with you, I must speak Italian. Sorry, give me a second. Okay, switch, Italian now, Spanish, English, French. But no, I mean, at the end, I am very happy that now I can speak four language and I learn all these language working. So if we go back to the conversation, that's why it's very important to go out to go to a different country to learn different things about grasses, but also why not another language?
Absolutely. With the Ryder Cup, when you guys were right in that week, is there something that stands out to you as kind of special? I know we don't want to touch on the fire or anything crazy like that. We wanted to kind of ask you about your side of things and the course, anything that was kind of, that stood out to you.
Well, I mean, the golf course was in really good shape, so I
Oh,
was
definitely. It looked really good on TV for sure.
after 3 years of really hard work, I was trying just to enjoy as much as possible the week. Probably the we wanted to we been very focused on the speed of the greens, and we have a team cutting the greens just in front of the players. So when I say just in front of the players, it's just if the players are on hole number one, we are on hole number three, because we wanted to make sure that we are not going to lose speed on the green. So then you have 45,000 spectators on the golf course, and you have a team of 11 volunteers cutting the greens just in front of the players.
Two holes
Uh,
ahead. That's
yes,
amazing.
God, can you? I'd be
yeah,
sweating. Oh
Sweating.
my
I can
God.
see them.
It's like, oh, that'd be so. I mean, obviously you get into a flow after like the third or fourth hole, but oh my
Yeah.
goodness, like, oh, there's Rory, like he's coming. I
Whole
got,
crowd's watching you
oh,
cut too.
oh man,
yeah. So mechanics, volunteers, everyone just in front of the players. The rest of the team is on the maintenance compound, on the greenkeeping area, so the bunkers are done, fairways are done. But with the greens, on this Ryder Cup, we were just in front of the players. And yes, it's very stressful because, I mean, if something happened, we are very close to the players. But it's true that we organized everything very well, and the speed of the green was the right one, so was good. Mm.
nice. Yeah, there's nothing better than consistent greens, and if you can make them consistent up to the minute that the players are going, you
Yeah.
know it's gonna be a good week.
Mm-hmm. No, very, very close to the players. Probably this was very, very stressful, but for the rest, really, really good. At the end, what I missed it was a very busy week, and I didn't have time enough to spend with the volunteers, no? So, but but I mean, we have many things, many things. It's not only the tournament, and then it's true that I didn't have enough time to spend with the volunteers as I would like.
You were definitely busy that week. We put out that box yesterday for people to ask questions, and I would say 90% of the questions had to do with you being pregnant at the time of working this tournament. So I know my wife's been through that, and it's a bit of a crazy time. So talk about, working one of the biggest tournaments in the world, being pregnant.
The biggest
Okay,
tournament.
sorry, the biggest tournament in the
The
world. Yes.
big.
Yeah, that's that. I mean, other than the Masters, because I
Right.
mean, but this is like
That's just in the
It's the
States.
Olympics of golf.
That's
It's
right.
yeah,
You're right.
exactly. It's the Ryder
Mhm.
Cup's the biggest tournament, hands down.
Yeah. Well, so the funny thing is that I was also pregnant during the Italian Open. So 6 months before the Ryder Cup, we hosted the Italian Open, and I was pregnant. But nobody knew that, just Alejandro, of course, and myself. And I realized I was pregnant just 10 days before the Italian Open. So when
Oh,
I give a
wow.
call to the doctor to get an appointment, they give me an appointment the week after the Italian Open. So it's like, okay, let's do this.
Yeah.
I'm going to host the Italian Open, and after that, I go to the doctor to see what happens. And my pregnancy was perfect, just perfect. I mean, people who saw me working on the golf course, they didn't believe it. But it's true that I have a really good pregnancy, and at the end, I mean, after 3 years of work, for me, doesn't matter if I am pregnant or not. I am going to enjoy the moment. I am going to organize everything, and I'm going to give the best from my side. But it's true that my pregnancy was really good, and I was very positive with everything. And then I am on the best professional moment of my career, and also I am having a really good personal time because we are going to have a family after the Ryder Cup. I've been working very hard these 3 years. They give me a contract from the growing of the golf course to the Ryder Cup, and I am going to make it possible. And just month and a half after the Ryder Cup, we are going to have a baby. It's perfect timing, and the most important, I'm feeling great. I really enjoyed it. For me, it was amazing to be on the golf course with pregnant.
Yeah.
I mean, I was not tired, and it's true that I didn't be tired until the week 36, that I
Wow.
was already at home. So for me, I have only positive things about my pregnancy and to be the superintendent of the Ryder Cup.
That is amazing.
The,
Well,
the only negative,
oh,
the
there was
only
one.
negative, there is one. So I complain a lot about the guys from the security during the Ryder Cup. Wow,
Let's hear
Not
it.
good.
no, terrible. So they saw me many times around with my baggie everywhere, no? And the information they got is like, okay, only greenkeepers can drive with the baggies inside this area. So every time they stop me, they say to me, no, this is only for greenkeepers. It's like,
You're
look,
like, yeah, I'm the greenkeeper.
okay. Yeah, I know you see me that I'm pregnant, all right, but look, I am also greenkeeper. I am the golf course superintendent, so I am in charge of the greenkeepers. So I must go over there with my baggie. I
Yeah.
cannot walk 1 kilometer. No.
See that grass you're standing on, sir?
I grew that. That's mine.
So, oh my goodness, I don't know how many times they stopped me. So it's like, no, yes, I know I am pregnant, but I am the person who organized this. I am the person who take care of the grass. So
Let me out there.
I must keep going. I must keep going.
Yeah, keep standing by your rope. You're doing great. I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Oh my
that's
goodness,
so
that'd be
good.
so frustrating after like the third time. I'm like, really? Come on. Just
Yeah,
hold up
again.
the badge, like it's right here.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Well,
Well, speaking of-
congratulations for that whole thing, because that is fantastic. A little baby girl, and she's doing well.
Is her name Ryder?
No, Ryder is the dog. Well, we have
that's
two
right.
dogs.
Yeah, you got a puppy
Ryder,
as well, right?
Yes,
Ryder in Italian
and
Open.
Roma.
That's
Roma,
right.
Roma.
Roma and Ryder.
Yes, Australian Shepherd. They are very, very smart, and well, they are amazing. Ryder was amazing during the tournament week. She was a start. Like people stop her all the time, taking photos of the dog. I mean, it was
Little
amazing,
celebrity.
no? And, yes,
Yeah.
and later on, after the Ryder Cup, we got Roma, the second Australian Shepherd, and now they are having fun. But yeah, I mean, I couldn't make the Ryder Cup without my dog, because she was with me every day, many hours on the golf course. Because then I was working and living on the golf course, so the dog was 24 hours with myself.
hmm
And she was very important with the team every morning during the meeting, with the volunteers, with the members, with the players. And even more with myself because every day I was spending most of the time on the golf course, and she was there by my side. So no, was amazing. So now we have a big family with the dogs and Alejandra. She's doing great.
What's her new thing right now?
She's greenskeeping already,
Well,
man.
Oh yeah, she's walking
well,
around.
She got there on the she got the fly mower.
yeah. No, the other day she was Alejandro was with her, like the typical backpack.
hmm
Hmm.
Okay, and he was doing some hand watering. So she's only
Oh,
four
there you go.
months old,
She's
and
out
Hand her
there.
the hose. Hand her the
Good
yeah,
hose.
taste.
hand watering. Yeah, hand watering on the garden. No, but I mean it's amazing, no? And many people say to me, is she gonna be the next golf course superintendent of the Ryder Cup? It's like, oh, who knows? Maybe one day.
Maybe.
That'd be a pretty cool tradition.
Alejandro was the golf course superintendent in 2018, myself 2023. Maybe one day Alejandro is
Hey,
a golf course superintendent.
yeah,
Who knows?
there's a chance.
That would be insane. Could you imagine just like the royal family of the Ryder Cup?
Yeah, there'd be a Netflix special for sure.
So
Really amazing.
there's full swing for the players, right? What would be a funny name or a good name for the greenskeepers on like a Netflix series?
I have to think about that one.
Well, you were talking about buggies and the renovations and everything like that. Our little questionnaire, it kind of fell into a fun one. I couldn't get a good segue in, but apparently you had a little mishap with a weedy bunker and a buggy. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so during the renovation in 2020, we have already the bunkers on back nine, but well, they were waiting a little bit for the capillary concrete to make it. So the weeds started to grow like a lot. And one day I was just driving on the golf course. The golf course is closed, and we have just the people who is working during the renovation. And I didn't realize that there was a bunker. And well, I was just with my buggy, driving with my buggy. I
Oops.
fell into the bunker and just everyone in front of myself. I tried to go out of the bunker and was impossible. So finally, they helped me to go out. But yeah, I mean, as soon we have the capillary concrete and the sun on the bunker was fine. I didn't have any issues. But yeah, I fell into the bunker with the buggy
That
in
happens to the
front of
best of
everyone.
us.
Well, yeah, you're not a real super or a real greenskeeper until you do something silly like that. So I think it's already beyond official on your
Yeah,
status on that, but that's cemented it, no pun intended.
yeah, definitely. Well, we didn't want to keep you too long. This has been really great, but we usually at some point in the show talk a little bit about food. And because you've
Goodness.
been over in Italy, we would love for you to talk about the pizza over there.
Oh wow, it's really good.
Oh
Really,
yeah.
really good. And the funny thing is that I remember perfectly that in United States we eat a lot of Domino's pizza.
Oh,
Oh,
wait, no, it's
Domino's.
so bad. Ah.
So bad. But I remember that we have every Monday, quite hollow. We have every Monday Domino's pizza. And every
What?
Monday we have a lot of work because the golf course was closed, so we were working in the morning and in the evening. And I remember to have lunch, Domino's pizza, and after that to go back to the golf course to brush green. Oh wow,
The heartburn.
that
Yeah,
was
Domino's is rolling dice.
terrible.
Oh, get you going. That's so
Oh,
funny too, because they do 50% off on Mondays. So
that's probably why they did it. Quail Hollow, cheap on employees.
No, no
half-price
more
pizzas.
Domino's pizza, please.
No
No,
one ever
no,
wants that
no.
anyway. Oh God,
Oh,
it's so
geez.
bad.
So
I'm
yeah,
sorry that your
pizza is
American
really.
pizza experience was so pathetic.
But no, the pizza in Italy is amazing, and also pasta, carbonara.
Oh, the
Mm,
carbonara. Yes. Yum.
give me
And
all the pasta.
the only thing that I missed it when I was pregnant was to be in Italy, and I can I can eat carbonara because they make carbonara with eggs. So when you are pregnant, you cannot eat it. And was my favorite food in Italy. So during 7 months living in Italy, I didn't have carbonara.
Ah,
It'd be like me going without pizza for 7 months. Oh, it'd be
yeah,
awful.
that would be tough.
So are you still working at I just
Marco.
Marco
Marcos,
Simone, are you still there or are you in a different course?
so my time as a golf course superintendent is over as Marco Simone. However, I keep working with the DIS as an agronomist. So one of the projects that we have, one of the clients that we have is Marco Simone. So we continue with the support to the golf course. And now Victor, who was my assistant superintendent, took my position as a golf course superintendent. And well, I was on the phone this morning because next week, after 4 months, I will be back to Marco Sormone as an agronomist, as a consultant. So I will be back
You
to
can
to
you can
Marco
see if he
Sormone.
messed up your work.
Yeah. What have you been doing with this place?
No, I
Oh,
think
I'm sure he's doing a great job.
he's doing a good job. So all good now, but I have a visit, so I will fly from Spain to Italy, and I will spend 2 days over there.
Oh, what a bummer. Sounds
We're seeing a trend
I
though,
will.
hey Trev? Like big course managers or big superintendents over there are becoming consultants and starting their own consultant companies and stuff. And I think that's great. That might speak to the courses having less staff and needing more people to kind of float around and help out. And I think that's fantastic.
And also, I mean, for me now, motivate me to go from Spain to Italy to Paris to different countries
Right.
to different projects. Keep me motivated.
it's one thing about the States being so big is like we don't really have that option to do that. I mean, California, I can fly for 3 hours and still not even be out of the state alone yet. Over there,
Yeah.
everything's so close and so accessible. It makes me extremely jealous.
hmm Because you've done a lot of large events and things, we've had people asking us, how do we volunteer for these events? How do we get on lists to become volunteers? So do you have any advice for people that are looking to be volunteers?
Okay, so well, when I was in United States, the Ohio State program helped me a lot, no? Because at then uh, they move the students from one golf course to another, and we have different experience. And if not, always I am on social media, taking a look, the Twitter, Facebook, uh, because always people share the information about the volunteers. No, always the golf courses needs volunteers.
hmm
Um, Always I found it on social media or for example, I know that Robert Trent Jones is going to host the Solheim Cup. Okay, so
hmm
I'm going to send an email to the Golf Course superintendent asking if they need a volunteers or the Olympic Games in Paris. Okay, website, an email to the golf course superintendent, an email to the office asking about it. I mean, at the end, people is going to answer you, and people is going to give you the right person who is taking care of the list of volunteers. Also, the federation in Europe, a lot the Italian federation, the Spanish federation, they they have always the right contact, no, to to organize the events and to get in touch with the golf course superintendent. And I saw that also, for example, in Europe, Biga is doing a good job
hmm
um, with the volunteers, with different projects, different volunteers. So don't stop it, don't stop it, and to send emails to everyone until to get the right person to be involved on the event.
Nice. That's good advice. Get on, people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
email. A lot of the times too, like USGA, if it's a USGA tournament, they'll have volunteer things on their website, stuff like
Mhm.
that. You can't go to the Masters unless you're Class A. So um, I don't know if they have a European equivalent that would be qualifying. I'm sure there is. Um, but yeah, just pester people, like she said.
Yeah, stay on them.
Yeah.
Stay, yeah, absolutely. And it's amazing, no? I mean, I've been a volunteer and also I've been on the other side as a golf course superintendent organizing
Right.
the volunteers. And it's just amazing. I really enjoy the tournament week. I enjoy to meet new people, different language. And the first day when you see everyone talking with everyone around, and at the end of the week you see that it's a new family, new friends, new contacts, make me very happy about it.
Yeah, that's very nice. That's what, this industry does, and everybody supports each other so much. So it's a big thing to see at the tournaments as well.
And how people help, it's amazing, no? How many hours we can work during the tournament week, and people is there working, helping, asking for more. I
They
mean,
love it.
they love it. But, but I was exactly the same. Because I remember at TPC Sobras during the players, I was working in 2018 there, and I was just helping the team. And one of the guys from TPC Sobras came to me and was like, Lara, you are the last one. You must leave. Okay,
Okay,
go,
all
go,
right.
go. They are waiting for you.
Kicking you out of here.
But yes, but at the end, I mean, I saw many people doing exactly the same thing on my golf course during
Nice.
the tournament that I was hosting. And it's really nice. Really, really nice.
Yeah, it's a good problem to have if you're kicking people off the course.
Get out.
Two
Depends
holes
on why
ahead of
Okay.
you're kicking
play.
them off.
Well, Laura, this has been fantastic. We really appreciate you coming on here today. I know we have a lot of people excited to hear about your story and hear from you. So this is great.
Thank you so much, guys. I really enjoyed it. So thank you, and thank you so much for all you do, because I think it's amazing, no, to share all this experience with everyone around the world.
Yeah, definitely. I'm super glad to have you, and look forward to seeing what else you do in the future when it comes to other tournaments and other things in the industry. And we'll be following, and I'm sure we can have you on again at some point after your next venture.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. We keep in touch.
Jinx.
Uh-oh. Awesome. Well, have a
Thank
great day,
you.
Laura. We really appreciate this.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. See you guys.
Okay. Take
Thanks,
care.
Laura.
Bye bye.
The Turf Today podcast is also proudly brought to you by Spray Caddy. And our good friends at Spray Caddy developed an amazing product here. I'm sure you've heard about it. I'm sure you've tried it. I'm sure you've seen videos on it. And it's one of those things that needs to be passed around a little bit more. And I'm telling you, it is worth the money to get into something like this. They asked us not too long ago what our favorite feature was. I'm sure Trevor, he was going off about how he could chip with it or he could snag the flag without bending over to go and put it back in the hole. Myself, I just love how clean it keeps everything. You don't have to worry about wearing gloves, going out there, or pulling a rag, or pulling that little cup that holds all the little extra residue. I don't know. I just love how easy and efficient it is. You keep this thing for a while. It's honestly worth the money, like I said. So give them a shot. Spraycaddy.com.
That was a great interview. She's full of information and stories and stuff. We'll have to bring her back.
Lots and lots and lots and lots of pride and joy in her voice. That was really cool to hear
Yeah,
from
sounds like
someone
she
who's already.
works pretty hard.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely say she outworks probably 90% of our listeners,
I'd say so.
at least. Definitely me as of this moment.
So you get a job like that. But pretty cool to go from like rebuilding the course, full grow in, couple of Italian Opens to a full-on Ryder Cup, and then
Yeah, the
wash your
ascension
hands,
of
have a
that
baby,
is,
and start a business.
yeah,
Killing
that's
it. Worked out really well for her.
yeah. I mean, just growing up with no golf course, no, like not even like that. That's just a really interesting thing, and
We didn't
I
ask her if
hope
she played golf.
it's true. He
Yeah,
didn't.
I wonder.
I'm gonna assume so.
Yeah, she must.
At least, I mean, she might not, play all the time, but she's
Right.
definitely swung a club and played. How do you work these courses and not play them? You know what I mean?
Yeah, true. You gotta at least swing a few clubs.
Debating what I want to do for lunch, whether I'm just going to kill myself with another hot dog or if I'm actually going to go buy lunch.
The old pork sword.
Oh, did I send you that video where the guy just
Yeah.
came up with a bunch of
Yeah.
different names? The DOD King. He's
DOD.
actually, so we've talked about him before and how I said I wasn't a fan. I've had a few friends now play with him and and do things like that, and
Mhm.
apparently he's actually like a really really cool dude. So I'm glad to hear that.
Coming around, eh? Nice.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the persona, and I love that every time he's talked shit, he's backed it up, or when he's
Hmm.
lost, he doesn't not post it or hide it or whatever. He's like, I got beat,
Yep.
so that's pretty cool. Um,
Yeah, he's high tempo though. Like he's aggressive. He doesn't give a fuck, that guy.
which I respect that quite a bit. I wish I could have more of that tempo.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Yeah, everything is all the questions basically got touched on though. So
Yeah. She
that
did a good job of kind of moving it around really well.
yeah. So there's only one question in here that can bring us into the sports corner.
Okay.
Sports corner brought to you by my off-hinged opinions. Or Wino goes thoughts on the piss poor off season of the Cowboys slash Eagles right now. So first off, Orty, um, the only piss poor off season is the Cowboys. So
Yeah.
you guys lost Clayton Vander Esch. He's retired, which I'm bummed about because he was really fun to watch. But neck issues are gonna take you out the NFL. Um, I don't think he. I think they've signed one person, and he's definitely not of note. As for the quote unquote piss poor offseason for the now Saquon Barkley, Devontae Parker, uh, Devin White, and who else do we add? It was a pretty good name. Oh, we got CJ Gardner Johnson back. Yeah, not very piss poor to absolutely load our entire offense with Pro Bowlers.
I don't know, you probably haven't gone through it yet, but last week on the episode we talked about the players. Everybody had a pick. I think Chris picked Scotty, so he won. But we mentioned Wyndham Clark because he's been hot. Have you watched any of the Full Swing yet?
Yeah,
Did you see the episode with him?
yeah,
You're
this
not there
is the
yet.
first one.
Maybe two or three, I think.
Yeah, I think I'm through three.
First one was Rory.
Shane works with Wyndham a lot, so.
Fucking crazy. So I put some money on him last weekend when he missed that putt. Oh, dude.
Yeah, so I didn't watch the players at
Oh,
all, but I did, pull up the socials and I saw that lip putt and it was like,
crazy, eh?
oh,
My dad's like, how did that not go in? I was like, wow, it's downhill,
well,
a
and
little bit of
traveled
pace.
too much speed and gravity got beat.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a
But like the pictures of the ball, like
it's
half
like
in,
three
half
quarters in the
out.
hole. Like it's so brutal, dude.
Just robbed. So, I
Yeah.
mean, that would have been a great playoff for Scotty to win that while he's over on the range.
I
Whatever.
loved that reaction video because he's hitting the ball and then the crowd goes, oh no, and they're like, what just happened? What just happened? And he's like, did he miss it? And you could feel like I just got goosebumps just thinking of it. Like you
Yeah.
could feel the goosebumps on him, and then he's just like, oh my God, and they end up winning. That's
Yeah.
one thing that's weird with golf and like compared to other sports. Like, bottom of the ninth, you hit a grand slam or you strike a dude out, bam, it's over. In golf, you could finish theoretically like three or four groups ahead of someone and have to wait 20, 30, 40 minutes
Yeah. Chilling.
with zero control. Like, dude,
Yeah. That's nerve-wracking for sure.
yeah.
I mean, you're in a good
And then
position if you're three or four groups back and you come in and you're leading in the clubhouse though. Like you've
that's
had a
not
day.
true. You've had a day, but that means the other guy who was at the top of the leaderboard, who's the last tee time, is going to have way more holes to catch
Oh yeah,
you.
no, he's still got a chance for sure. So
So
you're
I
sitting
mean,
there
like,
shaking, right?
unless the top guy on the leaderboard just completely shits the bed, you're
Hmm.
gonna have a 2, 3 stroke lead tops. I mean, it obviously could be more depending on who's playing, but like, I couldn't imagine going and just trying to hit balls at the range when it's like I have a chance to win this,
Yeah. So
and
these guys are putting to try and play me in a
yeah,
playoff.
like that's nuts.
That's different. It was probably Shoffley's tournament to lose. He was the leader. He hit some tough shots and he scrambled well, but fuck.
It was Wyndham's to lose because he came out the first day and fired off like a ridiculous score. It was the first 2 days he was like 16 under. Like,
Yeah, it
yeah,
was hot.
yeah. Wyndham's been playing really well. It's been fun to see. My biggest disappointment so far is my boy Victor has been playing like I don't want to say like garbage. He's still a professional golfer, but in comparison to his last year and his expectations this year, he's been playing like garbage, and that's a bummer to see, especially coming into a Masters that I was like thinking in reality he could win, and now it's kind of looking like Scotty could just repeat that, or not repeat it, but get his second jacket.
Get another one, yeah.
Yeah, because people I've heard like shotgun start, they're talking about clear number ones, whether it's Rom or Scotty, and it's in my mind is not even a question. It's Scotty.
hmm
Like, no, I'm sorry, John. You're a phenomenal golfer, but you're not world number one. You're not. No, it's just no.
I think it sets up a good one at the Masters. You might even see them
Masters is
third
going to
up.
be fun this year. I'm still pulling. Obviously for Victor, I wouldn't put money on him, but I'm going to go with Cam Smith this year. If I had to do
Ooh,
I think that'd be a really good kind of like thing to do. Is like you have to bet, like you get to pick a live player and a PGA Tour player.
okay, okay.
So, like
We
my
do our
live player
Masters
would
picks.
definitely be Cam Smith, and then who's your live pick? Let me think on my PGA Tour pick.
Masters live pick. Brooksy.
Really?
hmm
Because he came out hot last year.
He did. He's a big time player. He doesn't care about anything but the majors.
Oh, my guy Sahith's playing really good. Oh, you know who? No, I got my PGA Tour pick, and it's a dark horse, and I bet you won't guess it. So
Joel Damon.
you're gonna pick Joel Damon now. I
No,
love
I was
Joel
picking it
Damon.
for you.
Oh, for me, no. That's not a dark horse.
Well, I mean, this year it might be. I
No,
still gotta pick Rory. I want Rory to win a Masters. So
I do too, but
that's
in
who I'm gonna
reality,
pick.
he's not going to. Way from left field, I'm picking Willie Z.
Oh, easy.
He pushed for it, what, a couple years ago when Scotty won. He was real close. He's been playing just increasingly better. He's getting stronger. I think Willie gets back on the map at the Masters, and I would love to see that.
So you got Cam and Willie
Yeah, it sounds like a great bluegrass band.
versus Brooksy and Roars. Well, maybe we could put a couple bucks on that and see if any of those guys can pull it off.
Go for it.
All right. We'll put a toonie on it. How about that?
Is that one of those blue dollar bills?
No.
Well, I don't know what that is.
All the Canadians just fucking laughing at you right now.
It's fine. I'll turn the light off and see who's laughing.
Yeah,
Lowbrow.
got him.
Enjoy
All
your
right, buddy.
Kit Kats, you fucks.
We'll get back on the mower there and have yourself a day. It's before lunch.
Yeah.
All right. Keep those fucking reels sharp, folks.
Set the tone.
Fucking tell.
Taking us home today is one of our favorites and one of your favorites. I hope you enjoy this while you're driving, you're on the mower, at the shop, kicking around the golf course. This one's for you. Mike McNamee with Boston Levi and their latest, Cigarette Smoke.
I woke up cold sweat screaming again about last night and what would I regret, but I'll never know. I crawled home backwards out of my head, going off about something I'd forget, caught in a cigarette smoke. You pulled me in and said your piece. I pushed away like some kind of disease, but I was the joke. I left you there in the middle of the street, in the pouring rain, in the falling snow, caught in a cigarette smoke. but I'll never know. Now I crawled home backwards out of my head, going off about something I'd forget. Caught in a cigarette smoke. Cigarette smoke. Oh, tell me you war. Tell me you war. Got in a cigarette smoke. I crawled home backwards out of my head, going off about something I'd forget. Caught in a cigarette smoke.